We are back on the map, live, coming to you from 3 states, sweating ass. This is the Spitball Media podcast. We're going to spit out the top entertainment stories of the week. Back from our 4th of July vacay of sorts. My name is John Draper. Joining me, of course, he's the Prince of Philadelphia. He was with me last week on an early show, Mr. Shah. Shah, are you sweating out there in PA?
I mean, it's hot as shit outside, but my house is it's on 69 now, so
Oof.
I'm chilling.
Pun intended. Pun
Sure.
intended.
It literally is on 69.
Is it?
I'm not saying that it actually is on 69.
Oh, yeah, that's the temperature I would want it to be on. And, of course, you know him. You love him. He was away last week. You missed him terribly. He's B. O'Brien.
What's up, everybody? Glad to be back. Yes, it's hot as fuck out here.
B-Show, did you have a nice little vacay for the 4th of July long weekend?
Oh, it was beautiful and terrible at the same time. My kids are at that perfect age where we show up and day one is amazing, and then by day 3 we all want to go home. So
oh my god, well you look very tan. You look like tan mom.
I was gonna say you got the Hulk Hogan skin going on, dude.
you look like MJF right when he comes out.
Well, I didn't know if it was the shirt reflecting off his face.
No, it's his skin. Really
no, dude, I was up there. It was full sun and it wasn't hot, so I forgot the one day to put sunscreen on.
Look, you're so tan.
Yeah, I am. I'm like wrestler. Look at my arms, dude.
Oh my god,
Backstreet Boys, man.
Gee, dude, you're culturally appropriating something right now. My god.
What am I look like, Braun Breaker now?
You look like Braun Breaker.
Without the muscles, You
look like Braun Breaker. Well, he's a Midwest guy. He's from close by, isn't he? He's a Michigan guy.
I think he is. From Detroit? Yeah, it's not too far.
Yeah, well, that's their gimmick. I think they're from Michigan. I don't know that they're from Detroit.
Yeah.
You know, Detroit guys like to say they're from Detroit and they're from Ypsilanti or some shit. I know that.
Anyone in Wayne County claims Detroit. That's for sure.
Yeah, they claim Detroit. These are like people who are from White Plains who say they're from the city. Anyway, we're happy to be back with you. If you're joining us for the first time, please consider our Patreon. We got a lot of fun stuff happening there. It's only $5 a month. You get oodles and noodles of just a copious amount of extended shows. And of course, it is the life's blood of the show. It helps support the show. So if you haven't already, give it a shot. Right? It's $5. It's like a scratch off.
$5 a month, man. It's absolutely nothing. I think the lemonade that I'll be drinking on costs more than $5. So you'll be buying us a jug of lemonade for us to split into 3.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, B-Show, it is such an affordable premium program package. I mean, it's a can't miss.
I know. It cost us, I think, $6 for a small cone where we were up on the lake or whatever.
Okay.
Fuck that shit. You can buy a whole month of Patreon for Spitball Media for
$6
for a small cone.
We paid $12 in Manhattan, if you remember my story from a few weeks
ago. I know. I'm glad it's not that bad, but fucking hey, I got a reality check for sure. But yeah, you can go and you can check us out, or you can gift it. Give the gift that keeps on giving, just like Chlamydia. And you can check us out.
Yeah, it's like Audible AIDS. It's there forever. $5, patreon.com / Spitball Media. Now, program note for the Patreon people. We were away for the weekend. Very difficult. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab that June Q&A, which is packed. We're going to drop it this month for July. We're going to record a very special show exclusive for you guys to make up for June tomorrow night, where we do a mid-year entertainment recap. The 3 of us are going to bring to the table our vibe on where we think the medium of entertainment is right now at the halfway point of the year. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it disappointing? Highlights, lowlights. We've never done something like this before, and we're going to drop it late. So you know what that means. Some of us, if not all of us, are going to be a little fucked up, Shah.
Meaning John. John will be fucked up. That's what he means.
Oh, yeah. I'll be in bad shape. I'll be in very, very bad shape.
He will.
Be sure you're laughing, but you're the one who has to edit it.
Yeah. Well, it takes me back to the good old days.
Oh my God. Like flying through the air. I'm going to be bad tomorrow. But yeah, I love this idea. We were talking about making up something for you guys for the Patreon support. So we're just going to you're going to get that Q&A next month. There won't be a new Q&A up because it is packed. It is going to be like a 2.5 hour fucking show. And we're going to drop another Patreon show. And of course, you get your weekly bonus shows there. So we're catching back up to the Patreon. We're super happy to be doing it. And we're super happy to be back on a regular schedule. And who knows, maybe we could bang out a little August barbecue or audible barbecue, like a Saturday hangout during the day or something like that. Who knows? But patreon.com / Spitball Media. Now, got a lot of stuff to get to in the entertainment world. But this is a big weekend for sure. because the long-awaited, I don't know how to describe this discourse, guys, but the discourse is on wrestling level discourse, which is terrible. Superman movie. James Gunn, his first directing film outside of his Suicide Squad movies, as he is the sort of number one the Kevin Feige of DC. He is the head of the DC universe, and he's also the director, and he co-wrote this movie. This is a big fucking deal, guys, because we got 2 weeks from now, we have the Fantastic Four. These will both be in theaters at the same time. Big deal. Now, Shah, you have the most superhero fatigue for a guy who's barely watched any of these movies. But I think you're the better person to ask. What do you expect from something like this, knowing that DC is it's nowhere near Marvel, right? And we've looked at this trailer. You're familiar with who James Gunn is. What's your opinion on somebody who is not like ideologically captured by any of this shit?
So I think overall, to be honest with you, I think Superman is probably my least favorite comic book character of all time, because I view him in the comic book world as like John Cena, like this cookie cutter vanilla type of dude. Yeah. So it's always been very boring to me. I cringe every time I see a guy with a fucking Superman tattoo. Sorry for anybody in the chat that might have a Superman.
Like John Bon Jovi.
Yeah, exactly. So,
or Braun Strowman of the show.
Braun Strowman, John Bovi. Go ahead.
Yeah,
that bovine Joni guy.
I can guarantee you that I would never watch this. But you mentioned the Fantastic Four. That I will watch. Like that actually looks cool. I watched the trailer for this with you guys. It's not something that's moving me. And so far, I did watch some other people talk about it on live streams on YouTube. And it seems like everybody's shitting on it already. So, I mean...
we were going to... B-Show, you already pulled up the Rotten Tomatoes. Where is it currently? It opens today. I don't know, Shah. This looks a little positive to me.
I do watch horror streams, though. So
true, okay.
Maybe those people are,
Go ahead, B.
I was going to say 83% critic score, 96% audience score.
96 audience score?
It's unfuckwithable, dude. Usually when the audience score is that high, the critic score is not. So, I don't know.
B, what do you make of this? Because you're not a DC guy either. Like, I have more DC lore in my life, and I'm not a big I guess I'm a pretty big DC guy. But what do you make of this?
I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. You sent something to us last week, I think when I was on vacation. And it was this guy's like worst 10 movies of the year, but it was like the 10 best movies that have been rated so far. So I'm at the point, and I know it's bad because I do a podcast, but I'm at the point of being over hot takes and rankings and stupid fucking shit like that from people who don't know what they're talking about, because it's either engagement farming or they're retarded. Because there are some movies we watch, and the three of us are like, maybe it wasn't for me, but it was, okay, or I get it. And people will be like, that movie was trash. Yeah. That movie was woke nonsense. It's like, dude, it was about dogs. What are you talking about? There's no people even in it.
Dude, it's a cartoon.
Yeah, I don't get it. Maybe I'll get it when I see Superman. I don't know, man. I saw someone say something recently on TikTok about Star Wars. And they said the problem with Star Wars is George Lucas watched Western movies. He watched samurai movies. He watched all sorts of different weird shit. And he distilled that into
you can tell they're Western based for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And now those movies are made by people who grew up watching Star Wars. They're not informed by all these other genres. But I also think that's kind of bullshit, because he made like a Flash Gordon kind of knockoff and just decided to layer it with myth.
All right.
So like I guess in this case, you can look at it the same way. Everyone's trying to make Marvel movies, make comic movies, and it's such a big genre now. And I think it's emotional to a lot of people because they grew up with this shit or they read the comics or whatever. I don't think you're going to please everybody, because it means something different to everybody, whether it's good or not. And people are going to shit on it. I don't know.
Yeah. And Shah, I was going to ask you a quick question, but I did neglectfully because I was anxious to get started here. B-Show, can we go backwards here to say shout out to some people in the chat there? And then I'm going to
we got Chris Fatty316 from the Bayou Geeks. We got Robbie Richmond across the pond.
Robert staying up late for us.
He is. Donald Q. Stoney Esquire's in the house.
Yes, he is a lawyer.
Rams fan 086.
Rams fan.
Got our buddy Chris Matthews.
What's up, Mr. Matthews?
We got Mr. Bon Jovi Don Stoney. Just wanted to say that again.
Okay.
Slave Cheeks is in there. Joe Punches is in there.
All right. Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. We definitely want to get your take on this. I don't know that anybody's
John
seen
JLD
it.
999 jumped in there too.
Oh,
Sorry.
Young John just jumped in there. I see now, Shah, I already see like Bio Geeks is saying, I'm just done with comic book movies, but it's interesting, Shah. I'm not even going to lie. I would have thought, and we have not talked about this off the air. I honestly would have thought because of James Gunn and you've liked like James Gunn's horror shit, that you would have said, oh, I'll give Superman a shot just because it's James Gunn. That doesn't move you in any way?
Not at all. In fact, I agree with Fatty 316, man. I'm so over like comic book movies. I never want to see one again necessarily. Fantastic Four I'll watch, but other than that, man, the Plastic Man, I'm looking forward to that.
Well, you said Clayface because it's an R-rated like horror themed movie.
Yeah,
there's no way you're not watching that.
But your traditional like comic book one, not so much, dude. I don't need to see another Batman. I don't want to see any more. I'm good, bro. I don't need that. In fact, I have probably a solid 10 comic book movies on Blu-ray, and I'm dropping them off at Goodwill this weekend. Getting rid of them. I don't even want them in my collection, bro. Because I'm never gonna watch it. It's a waste. Somebody else can. Or if anybody's in the chat room that's local in PA, let me know. You can have all of it.
Well, you heard it here. This is the B Show. This is a Spitball Media exclusive. Oh, shout out to my buddy AJ Daniels, good friend.
More too. I have probably about like 50 movies I'm getting rid of. A bunch of good horror too, because I upgraded it to 4K, so I don't need the Blu-ray anymore. So, people want some movies. If you're local to me, I don't feel like shipping it out.
You should ask him to mail me you shit for the kids.
I know. I was gonna say.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not mailing it out because it'll cost me $80 to mail that shit out. I'm not doing that.
He'd rather give them away than mail them out.
Yeah. You lazy motherfucker.
Strangers first, B-Show. Straight. Fuck them kids. Strangers. Oh, that's amazing. I mean, B-Show. I mean, look, we're going to get to this in the post. We have a pretty interesting topic for the post show for Patreon. I think people, Marquise, shout out to my buddy Marquise. But you got to take the fatigue into it, regardless of tribe, right? Because even though most of the superhero stuff that's been happening the last few years has been on television, streaming, B-Show, and not in theaters.
It has. And I think you're right. I mean, every so often we have genre fatigue. So like in the mid-2000s, horror is one. Sci-fi, you had the Michael Bay movies in like the mid-2000s.
Action movie fatigue.
Yep. For a while, I'm trying to think what the 90s was like disaster movies. So like asteroids and lavas and shit.
Destruction porn, as my friend used to call it.
Yeah. So like every decade you have a genre that gets big and then people get sick of it. And this is no different. It reminds me like in wrestling, because I know a lot of the people that listen to this show watch wrestling too. It's like when WWE says wrestling is cyclical and that, well, we just have to get back to where we were. It's like, no, out of like the 100-year history, there was like 9 years where the business did incredible national numbers. All the rest of the time it does okay, except for like WWE now. So it's like, it's a genre. This is a genre. It got really big. It's very popular. But also, let's not ignore the fact that MCU spent the past probably 5 to 10 years mobilizing and self-cannibalizing their own audience. So they don't trust any fucking thing they put out. It's almost like now they just, anything that comes out, fuck them. Anything that comes out, fuck them. And like Neurotic. I love Nerdrotic. I love that channel. Yeah. I don't really listen anymore because with very little exception, everything's dog shit. Everything's bad.
Yeah, it is very contrarian. It is incredibly contrarian. Well, before we move on from Superman, I want to get each of you to give a soft prediction here. Box office. Shah, is this going to have a big opening weekend or is it going to underperform? We're not going to talk specific numbers, but we would be able to tell. Would you predict this will do great, okay, or underperform?
No, I think it's going to do amazing, actually.
Really?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's 96%. I mean, there's obviously some hype behind it. Even saw a couple people mention in the chat that they're going to see it. So I think it's going to do well. I can't pinpoint a number because I have no idea. But
so you definitely think it's gonna do well?
Yeah, 100%. This is going to be like a summer blockbuster, absolutely.
Okay, summer blockbuster. B-Show, Brian, blockbuster, just okay, underperform.
It's weird. I want to say summer blockbuster because it's getting such rave reviews. But outside of a handful of commercials, I really haven't seen much advertising on this. I saw like the original trailer that we watched. I saw some weird like, I don't know if it was a phone ad or a
promotion.
card.
It was a promotion for Entertainment Weekly or something. The thing where they're in the phone.
Yeah. And then Lois Lane, They took Lois Lane's car that looks like a wannabe Cybertruck or some shit, and like they're trying to find Superman. So like I've seen very little out there, but then again, I'm not looking, and I'm not watching network TV, so it might be all over like the channels and shit. I think just because it's Superman, it's James Gunn, it's got a ton of steam on it, it's going to do really well. Whether or not it's going to be good, who knows?
Okay. Yeah. Slave Cheeks is saying 190 mil. Rams fans saying name value, it's going to be huge. Chris Matthews saying it's going to make money. I predict it's going to have maybe a $200 million weekend. It is Superman, like Chris is saying. It is James Gunn. James Gunn has a good track record in this regard, when it comes to these movies. And I think a lot of people might see it as a fuck you to Marvel and what's going on at Marvel. Nerd Erotic said Superman was definitely not woke and definitely disappointing. I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm purposely trying to stay away. I'm very excited for it. We're going to go see it Monday or Sunday because my family's away this weekend. But yeah, I'll say 200 mil, as far as that goes. John JLD is like, I'm waiting on Eddington. Yeah, we'll be talking about Eddington when it comes out. That's for goddamn sure. Chris Matthews is saying close to 3. Holy shit. I'm going to say 2 and change, and I think that's going to be an interesting thing because 2 weeks later, you got to see what Fantastic Four does. So that'll be interesting to see where the fuck that lands. We will find out this weekend. And of course, we will be keeping a close eye on this going forward. Now, I want to pivot a little bit here. This weekend, very quietly, HBO Max, which has now put the HBO back in the name, for those of you that weren't aware, what a waste of fucking time and stupidity that was. It's now HBO Max for the Max channel. Debuted Sinners, which is interesting because, there's a lot of movies that I saw in theaters prior to Sinners that are not on streaming yet, like The Monkey. Where the fuck is that movie? Where the fuck's that? I saw that in the fucking snow on the ground, and it's 90 degrees. Shah has yet to see it. He has disclosed he's just not really interested. I've talked about it ad nauseum. Bisho Brian, you have seen the film.
Much like the dual nature of the characters, I both loved and hated parts of this movie. I think it's definitely worth watching.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool stylistically how they went back to the 30s, but they told it from, I thought this was cool. 2 former army guys who come back and work for Al Capone. It's crazy. But they're not Italian or white. They're black guys that go back down to like Alabama.
Black guys from the South working for gangsters in Chicago.
Yes. And they go back and they try to set up a speakeasy for people working on the plantations and stuff.
Yeah.
I understand what you meant about it's one movie and then it's like a whole other movie. I think it's a little ambitious. There's some parts, I don't want to ruin anything, but there are definitely some parts toward the end where it suffered from that only happened so that these people get away so that this happens later. Too much arranged shit. I love the color palettes. The music. Tell me if you agree or disagree with this.
Oh, I love the music.
We both love blues music.
Yeah.
And I love the music in the movie. But when they mixed, like it would be like traditional blues music and moody shit, but then it's like a really loud, like electric fucking guitar.
That's an interesting idea. Yeah. By the way, that's Jerry Cantrell, by the way. Did you know that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like very, like the sound was interesting. I felt like the music got muddied because I know what they were going for, like all different, eternal genres and stuff like that. But there were certain times where like I'm kind of feeling it, and then all of a sudden it's just like
Can I ask you a very important question?
Yeah.
What did you think was a better part of this movie? The gangster element or the horror element?
The gangster element.
Right? Like infinitely.
Yeah.
Couldn't you have seen 2.5 hours of that gangster element?
Oh yeah.
Oh
absolutely.
My God. I would have loved
I could have enjoyed both of these as separate movies together.
Yeah.
I understand why they put them together, but it just here's the thing I think that killed it, which makes it seem like 2 movies. The first act was so fucking long to set shit up. It was here, we're going to go visit this person, and then we're going to go visit this person. And then by the time you get in, it's like 40 minutes in, you haven't even crossed into the second act yet.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to nighttime yet.
Yeah. So I liked it, but I think it suffered from pacing issues. They tried to put too much in.
Yeah.
And I know you were disappointed by the lack of skin. I will say this, Haley Steinfeld.
Shah, do you know Haley Steinfeld?
Oh, fuck.
Have you seen this girl?
I don't, but I'm going to look her up right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, Bisho, pull up Haley Steinfeld, particularly in this movie.
Yes. And I think that's it, too, because, like, she was at the end.
You saw the post-credit scene, right?
Yes, I did.
I thought that was fucking great, man.
I liked it and I didn't like it. I can't say why because it's still too fresh of a movie.
Yeah.
But this girl was sexy as shit.
Yeah,
in this movie.
she's good looking, dude. I'm trying to think what she's from. I know she's in the Marvel universe there, but
I can find
she was a
out.
kid actress, I think. Isn't she like your guys' age?
This scene, John? John, this scene. Babe, you're drooling. You
Oh.
want some?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's good. Shah, I really think you should watch this movie. I'd be so because it's a good looking movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is like really everything I hate about like horror movies. I feel like is in this. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if I don't really know if I would like this. I did buy the monkey, and I still haven't watched that. Man.
Oh, you're kidding?
No, I'm sitting on it, man.
Cute.
I bought that. Companion, I still have to watch. There's a bunch of movies I gotta watch though.
Oh, yeah.
By the way,
is she Spider-Gwen? Oh man.
By the way, for some reason, I was trying to Don Stoney said something about an Amazon box. If that's possible, get with me on Instagram. I tried to comment it, but every time I put my Instagram in the chat, it blocks the message, so I can't.
Really?
Yeah, I can't tag my Instagram in there. But yeah, hit me up on Instagram. It's at planet.mondo.
Okay.
So I got a question for you, John. I want to know if you caught this too. So, as someone mentioned in the chat room, that said singing Irish Herbs ruined the third act, right?
I didn't hate that. I think it just tried to humanize the guy.
Now, I picked up on this. I haven't heard anyone talk about it. Maybe they haven't. I missed it. The guy was Irish. He's singing tunes, and he talks about the men that took my father's land forced us to say these prayers.
Yeah, Bisho, you're Irish. What do we call those people, Bisho? We call them the Brits. No disrespect, but that's what he's talking about.
So that's what I'm saying is I didn't understand until I heard that he was technically a slave.
Yeah, he was a slave.
Slaves attacking slaves.
Right, that's
former slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to be dicks here. I'm just talking the lineage of the story. Yeah, we're not being dicks. I'm just saying, you know.
But that's what I didn't really. It hit me because they were talking and singing the songs. I'm like, okay, old country. And then he's like, the man who took my father's land forced us to say those hymns. I'm like, oh shit, he was a slave
some cool
too.
shit in there. There's some cool shit in there. And I like Ryan Coogler. You know, Ryan Coogler. Do you know what Ryan Coogler said about grunge, Bisho? He said it's white people's blues. It's so great. He loves grunge. He's like a 40-something-year-old guy. He loves grunge. He went and got Jerry Cantrell to do that fucking guitar stuff. You know, I like this guy's films. I like him a lot. Like a lot. I like his color palettes. I think, Shah, if you saw it, the cinematography, you'd be like, fucking incredible. Like Bisho, like when they're driving in the car in the fields, that sky.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
so crystal clear.
The other thing, too, is
like did you feel like could you tell like the humidity, almost like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? It looks like grimy. Yeah, it didn't look dirty in this movie, but
he wanted you to feel that Mississippi heat.
Yeah,
you know. Bisho, before we move on, the sex scenes they just was unnecessary, wouldn't you say?
I chalked it up to it's not that kind of movie.
Yeah.
But it was kind of sexy in a way, like when he goes into like his wife's house or girlfriend or whatever. I get that.
Smoking. Oof, that woman is stunning.
And then the two in the bar. The one was like the Haley Steinfeld thing.
Yeah, when she's riding him.
But then the other one was the dude who's just like, I just want to taste you, baby. And then just goes right under with the dress. So I get it. And yes, it was a little bit Skinamax, but it also wasn't that kind of movie. And plus, you don't know. They might have had to cut some of that stuff for gore, too. Maybe they played, okay, this is going to be gore heavy with the vampires, so we don't want to go too far with the other stuff.
So she's with Josh Allen, the quarterback from the fucking Buffalo, Steinfeld?
Of course she is.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Shah, I think you'd like it, honestly. I think you'd like that. I think you would like it a lot more than you think you would because cinematically, it's a A+ movie.
Yeah, no, I mean, judging from the trailer, it looks good. I just don't really like vampire movies. The only thing that adds to it for me is that it's kind of a period piece, so I think that would make it a little bit more.
You love the clothes, the cars, the cinematography.
Yeah.
You know,
so perhaps that portion of it I would enjoy, but vampires in general, I think the only ones that I really like is Bram Stoker's Dracula and fucking Nosferatu, the new one, and John Carpenter's Vampires.
What about Lost Boys? You don't like Lost Boys?
Not really, dude. I really don't. Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Wow, look at her, man. She's got some fucking
she's stunning, dude.
She's a classic, good-looking broad.
And I love the little side story they gave her too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to ruin it, but that
yeah.
Too.
We don't want to get into it, but anyway, it's on HBO Max. It's definitely worth checking out. I actually, Bisha, I will say this: I thought the acting was pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Acting
dude, my
was pretty
favorite,
damn good.
my favorite
Delroy
character
Lindo was great. I love Delroy Lindo every time I see him.
Who was that?
He was the older gentleman, the older
Oh yeah,
blues musician.
Him in the I don't want to say Voodoo Woman because she wasn't Voodoo Woman, but like the Stack's wife, the one that he.
Yeah, she's fucking hot, dude.
Her and Delta Slim, those two, I thought stole the movie.
Yeah. I didn't really like the Jack O'Connell vampire guy that much. I didn't think everybody was like fawning over him. That dude, by the way, guys, is the new star of 28 Years Later. He comes up at the end. That guy's he's done a lot of shit. So people are into him now. But hey, before we move on, Joe Punches goes, my girlfriend called the sex scenes old-timey sex. Let me see if it fits, hey? I want to go back and forth with it. All right, yeah.
Spit on it a little bit, okay? Yeah.
Let me just put it there for a little minute, see? Don't say anything. Don't move or nothing, see? Don't move a muscle.
Don't talk back, yeah.
Don't talk back or I'll slap you, and I won't get arrested. Now let me say some racial epitaphs and move on with my day.
The line of the movie, before we move on, since you said that. You spend all your time robbing banks and robbing this, but you can't steal his pussy for a night? That had me. I was like, damn.
Yeah. It's a fun movie. But it's not like the best horror movie. I will not let that go.
No.
Not even close. But there's some news going around. Now, the three of us, pretty big. I would say this is a very South Park forward show. We have a lot of admiration, I think, collectively for Trey Parker and Matt Stone, their ability to take, just shit that no one else would touch and put it in put it in South Park and still make us laugh. It's a very difficult thing to do. Well, a lot of people are wondering what the fuck's going on with South Park. And apparently Paramount, their parent company, is in the process of merging or being acquired by another company. And that is apparently fucking up South Park, which should have been back. The season was done. And Bisho, didn't they put out a little message a couple weeks ago letting people know about what's going on?
Yes, they did, John. So from the official South Park Twitter page, or X, if you will, in response to the press release from Comedy Central about the change in premiere date for South Park, Trey Parker and Matt Stone said, this merger is a shit show and it's fucking up South Park. We're at the studio working on new episodes and we hope the fans get to see... It wasn't complete. My bad. The article.
That's fine.
Cut it off.
That's fine.
Well, somehow. There we go.
Yeah. We hope you got fans to see him. Shah, what is it about South Park that, unlike all their counterparts, and whether it's Rick and Morty, I mean that's not an equal counterpart, but maybe it was probably more popular. But Simpsons and Family Guy, what is it about South Park you think that endures and it's still relevant to people? Like, still makes us go, yeah, I want to see that.
I think it's probably one of the most original shows, from the style to the concept. They've never lost their balls. They let their nuts drag till this day, man. Whether it came cancel culture, Me Too movement, whatever was going on, South Park did whatever the hell they wanted. They never changed, right? And it's one of the most consistent shows of all time as well. And I feel like that cult following never left because the quality never really changed. In fact, I think it got better with time, to be honest with you. I thought South Park got better with time.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I really don't have any complaints about South Park, to be honest with you. My only complaint was that I stopped watching it because I think it was on Paramount Plus or whatever the fuck.
Well, this is part of that. Yeah, the merger with Skydance. Yeah,
that kind of ruined it for me. But I would love to see them come back just so they can cover the Diddy trial, Trump, like that. All that shit would be amazing right now, dude.
Yeah, I think we need it too, Bisho. Wouldn't you say? Like, what do you think they endure?
I think one reason is because they're quick. So, like, they can cover, do like an episode in 8 days or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So they can do something that's in the news today and turn around and get it out to you the next week. So it's not old, but like if Family Guy was going to do that, it would be like, remember when they found the baby oil in Diddy's house?
Yeah.
Like, that was like 6 months ago.
October of this year, they'll do that joke.
Yeah. So there's that. It's timely. Second, they don't take sides. Like, you can accuse a lot of people of taking sides on political issues, celebrity issues, whatever. They don't give a fuck. They just take out the Tommy gun, thinking of sinners, and just blow them all away. Like the
great scene, by the way.
Oh yes.
Oh, nothing more enjoyable than the Klan getting murdered.
You stole my words out of my mouth.
Really, there's really nothing better. Like Nazis and Klan, it's just like, yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Killed them. Sorry.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think they're topical. I think they hit everybody. They don't just try to push narratives or whatever. And the second people think they're pushing narratives, like they'll say some other shit on the other side. And I don't know. I think it's because they're talented. They're just two talented guys who make good shows. They know how to create tension in a story. They try not to make it boring. And they stay topical and they go after everybody. And like Shah said, they've got big swinging fucking dicks and shit.
Yeah,
and it's a timeless show, man. It's a timeless show, you know.
Yeah,
it covers current events, but at the same time, it's like a nice time capsule to revisit, to go back in time because it's a cartoon, so it doesn't really age. You can watch it whenever, you know. Mm-hmm. But I hope to see it again soon, man. I miss South Park, dude. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I think we need it for sure. And I love the fact that they stayed out of the election the last time around because they felt like they just did this too many times. You know, if only late night TV show talk shows and other people would do that. I will say this. I think the reason why it endures is at the end of the day, I generally believe that Trey Parker and Matt Stone are beyond the level of intelligence of, as much as I do like Seth MacFarlane and the Simpsons people and these Rick and Morty or whatever. I just think these guys in particular are here and everybody else is kind of like around here and they're never catching up. You know what I mean? B-Show, like, it's just, I mean, you have to remember Trey Parker is a Broadway 7 Tony winning Peabody Award. I mean, if their accolades, B-Show, are off the charts. Accolades.
Yeah, and I think that's part of it too, because, like, you know, Seth MacFarlane, you know, he's wants to be a singer.
I like Seth MacFarlane.
He is, but like he's very gimmicky. And when you watch whether it's American Dad or South Park, it's like all the same shit. It's like, hey, here's a section of a cartoon to watch. By the way, did you ever see the time we went fishing in Southampton? And like, what does that have anything to do with it? Which is why I thought the South Park episode talking about Family Guy was perfect with the manatees rolling the dodgeballs with the jokes into the hole. Like, of course, that does seem it.
Yo, in Shah, they hate Seth MacFarlane. Like, he doesn't hate them. But
I've seen that episode, actually.
They fucking really don't like him, dude.
I mean, can you blame them, though? I mean, he kind of stole their gimmick.
Well, but the thing is, like, thank you so much. They kind of bodied that fucking dude.
Well, let me ask you this. You're a little older than me, so you'll remember. Was there anything prior to South Park that was like offensive cartoons? Like an episodic series that was like...
I mean, The Simpsons is the blueprint. The Simpsons is the...
Yeah, but it wasn't offensive, though. You know what I mean?
It was never offensive. But certain people were offended by The Simpsons.
Oh, dude, these Midwestern moms out here would not let us watch The Simpsons.
People didn't like The Simpsons because they made fun of the religious family next door in the Flanders, even though the Flanders were very endearing.
And like, people I knew didn't want kids to smoke and like talk back to the principal. And shit,
Mo is pretty inappropriate. Cool. Krusty's a little inappropriate. I think there's an intellectual thing. Like The Simpsons is intellectual in a lot of ways. I think you have to remember Trey Parker, Matt Stone. They had Jesus and pals, and like they went after Jesus, but they really didn't go after Jesus. They had Jesus fight Santa Claus and fucking curse each other, you know. And then they had a piece of shit as a literal piece of shit as a Christmas fucking character. I mean, like, dude, like, and then one of the premiere episodes is fucking a thing coming out of Cartman's ass, like literally coming out of a little boy's, the anal probes, bro. I think when they got away with, I think at the time, Comedy Central was only watched by adults and not many people gave a fuck. That's why Chappelle endured. That's why they endured. I think the mainstream came to them. And how did they answer it back? With an inappropriate marionette fucking movie that made money. And then a fucking Broadway sensation that swept the Tonys. Just swept it. Like a fucking, like, just, dude, that year that they went to Broadway, they demolished Broadway. There was like a 2-year waiting list. No, 4-year. I was on like a fucking 4-year waiting list to see fucking Book of Mormon. And I sat in the highest fucking row possible 8 years after it came out. You know, it's just, I just think they are on another level. And I think because they make fun of everybody, they were the first people to make fun of Kanye. Nobody was making fun of Kanye. He was the hottest star in the world. when they did the gay fish. Remember?
I like fish dicks.
Yeah. Did they cover Kanye when he went batshit crazy? Recently?
No, they left it.
See, that's what I mean.
They did it already.
Come back. No, but dude, come on, man. This is a different Kanye. There's so much material here. With him and Diddy, you can do a whole series just on that, dude.
But they did it already.
No, but it's different though.
Dude, they went after Paris Hilton. That like when Paris Hilton was the most popular person in America, her dogs kept killing themselves because of how annoying she was. Jennifer Lopez. Dude, they turned Jennifer Lopez into a hand puppet.
Tacos and burritos.
Thinking about tacos and burritos, and she's fucking Puerto Rican.
Dude, P. Diddy getting dudes to nut on his nipples for her to rub it in. Like, this is South Park material in real life. There's no
Joe
way
Punches brings up the musical, bro. The Blame Canada and all that shit. The Kyle's Mom's a Bitch song. It was a fucking tribute. It was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Song.
Shit, it's weird. South Park.
Go ahead. Cannibal the Musical. They made that.
They made for Trauma.
Yeah.
Fucking Trauma. What were you gonna say, B-Show?
I was gonna say I remember that came out around the time Tom Green was big. Jackass had around that time, maybe a little after it came out.
Because we were an energy drink company at the time.
Yeah.
Extreme company.
And then it's weird because like Jackass eventually faded out, and Tom Green lost his show, and they gave it to fucking Andy Dick. He was the original Tom Green, or the original
Andy
Dave
Malinakis,
Chappelle.
Dude, not Andy Dick.
No, Andy Dick had a show.
No, Andy Dick had his own show. Yeah.
No, but they also had Andy Malinakis. Remember Andy Malinakis?
Yeah, that was afterward.
Yeah.
Dude, that Andy Dick show was underrated though, man. That show was funny as fuck.
He was a funny guy. He was just a fucking crazy motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, they're too good. They don't miss. Somebody said basketball was a miss. Basketball is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say Don Stoney. I gotta disagree with that.
Did you guys see Orgasmo?
I saw.
Heard of it?
I
never seen
it.
But the concept is great. The Mormon.
I have to rewatch it though. I watched it when I was like a teenager. I have to rewatch it. I might understand it more now. You know.
Yeah. Well, listen, they're coming back once this Skydance merger with Paramount is worked out. We're gonna get our new shows. We might get Puffy. Who knows what we don't know what we're gonna get, but I know we need to see it. And I'm excited for it. And this is definitely a South Park forward show. Anyway, we got a wide variety of some trailers to get to, all of them very bizarre. I want to get to this one right away because Shah and I talk up these people, directors, quite a bit. I don't want to say they're very obscure because they're not. They can't be that obscure that they landed in Marvel. They just did the Daredevil Born Again series. They're called Benson and Moorhead. They're a team of directors. They've made some. I mean, Shah, how do we describe these for people who have never heard of Benson and Moorhead? What are these movies? Are they horror? Are they?
Yeah, it's hard to explain it because it is. They do cross genres. Like they're all sci-fi mostly, I would say, but there's definitely some horror elements to it. There's also like family drama. You know what I mean? Like there's layers of trauma. Yeah, all kinds of. So I've only seen The Endless, Synchronic, and Resolution. I've never seen the first one. What was that first one called?
Oh my God!
With the creature girl.
Oh yeah, is that Found? Fuck. B-Show, can you pull up Benson and Moorhead?
Yeah,
that's the one. Oh, Spring. That's what it's called.
I like Spring. Spring takes place, I think, in France.
That's the only one I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, it's like a dude who meets a girl who's really a monster. It's very interesting. I like that movie a lot. I loved all the movies you just mentioned for sure.
That's
but
not Under the Skin, is it?
No, they didn't do
called Spring. It's called
Spring. No, it's called Spring. Right. But this is they have a new film out now. They're still with Marvel. They are still writing. I think they had written some Moon Knight stuff, and they directed and written some Born Again. This is a new movie called Descendant. We're going to check it out. I haven't even seen this trailer yet.
Can I ask you something? I know you've heard it all, probably, but
You lucky to be alive.
John, don't you ever climb on the roof again. Because we need you.
Oh, shit.
Oh, boy. Something in the dirt. That's the more recent one.
What is the last thing that you remember?
Oh, boy.
Have you ever worked with anyone who's been abducted?
Oh, shit.
You're not yourself since you fell, man. I'm worried.
You need to rest.
I'm a grown man. I can handle this.
Is it gonna go Village of the Damned style with the baby?
Dude,
I'm worried.
Are you sure you're okay? Can you just talk to me?
Did I say something?
Shah.
No, this is actually happening.
Ugh.
How are you feeling? Rest. Sean. Sean, look at me! Sean! Help me!
I'm not a fan of the justice shit.
I just want to protect my family. From what?
Yo.
Oh my god.
This is new for you?
Yo. Shah, that is so Benson and Moorhead.
I am super into this.
Oh
I
my
fucking
God.
love alien movies, and I definitely wanted these guys to cover that. Do you know what movie this reminds me of? And you can tell they're paying homage to this film. I don't know if B-Show's seen it. I'm sure John's seen it. Fire in the Sky.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that, yeah.
You
Yeah, it's a
because
cool
you know
movie.
the abduction.
That's based on a
scene-
true story. That's
in the
based on
abduction
a
scene
true story.
in Fire in the Sky, the guy is almost covered in this, like, I don't know, just like it almost looks like spider webs, but it's like made out of flesh, kind of. And you kind of see like flashbacks of this when he's remembering when he was abducted. So I think they're definitely paying homage to Fire in the Sky, which is one of my favorites. So, dude, this looks fucking great, though, man. I love hyped for this, dude. This
B-Show, this
great.
is so like their movies. You don't know what it's about. It's got time issues, time travel, space, violence.
Oh, and they go there too, because then you see she's pregnant, and it's like, oh my god, are they coming for it? Is it going to be part alien, like Village of the Damned? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, what if he got abducted and then he got knocked up? Oh,
Yeah.
oh my
Gnarly, dude.
God.
Or he pulls out the knife from the butcher block, and she's sitting right there, and just uncomfortable, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. I love these guys. Shah, we got to look up that Something in the Dirt movie. That's the more recent one they did. Now, B-Show, a staple of their earlier movies was they were in their movies, but they've moved on from that, I guess, as far as that goes. Oh, shout out to Christopher King for joining us here. I want to know
that one. Sorry, is that the one where you guys talked about before, where like they're almost pulling the moon into the
That's
cabin
Endless.
and shit?
No, that's
Okay.
Endless.
So,
Dude, Shah,
for the
isn't
people-
Endless tied into the other movie though too?
Yeah, it's Resolution and Endless. They're
Endless,
they're tied together.
Time loops.
But I will
Time
say this: if you haven't seen a movie by these people, by these guys,
Oh,
definitely check out Endless. Endless
yeah.
is the one that you cannot miss. It's so fucking original. There's nothing like it. It's a
Now that's the
mind-fuck.
cult one or the post.
It's the cult one. Yeah, it's the
That's
cult
the cult one where the brothers go back.
Yep.
Oh, I love that movie. B-Show, you need to see the Endless, dude. And then like you're gonna get like once these dudes suck you in, you're gonna be like, yo, I gotta see more.
And it's got everything. It's a sci-fi movie. It's a cult movie.
Cult
It's
movie.
almost like a
It's a
creature
mystery.
feature.
It's a mystery.
Do you remember the
It's an
creature
aliens
feature
movie.
portion with the?
Oh yeah, of course.
I don't
with
want to
the
spoil it,
shitless
but
guy.
like,
yeah,
yeah, there's a lot of
shitless
just
guy.
like weird shit happening. That
They always
you know.
got some cute chicks in the movies too. I always noticed that.
Yeah, I don't remember that portion. I was too freaked out.
No,
by
remember the girl who was in the cult? They went back. That
No,
really smoking
I
girl.
remember no vagina from this movie, dude. This movie
Yeah.
fucked me.
Oh,
I don't remember.
There's no
nothing from
fully closed sex scenes, so I don't know if
Yeah.
it's going to do as well. Anyway, definitely we're on board with this. I think we're going to be checking this out for sure. Anyway, we have some other trailers to move on to. This is Netflix is really kind of stepping into the horror genre. A lot of people have been talking about Netflix increasing the horror movies. This is a movie called Brick, right, B-Show?
Yeah,
This
that
just
was
came out today.
Okay.
I love this concept. Just came out today. This is a Netflix exclusive.
I'm leaving without you, and I won't be coming back.
Wait a minute, does that mean you're leaving me? That this is it?
What is this?
Hello?
Hello? There's no way you can wall off an entire building overnight. Do you have reception? What is this material? Hello?
Is there a black wall around your place too?
Maybe it's like some kind of twisted escape room.
We must get through here.
Oh my God.
Some of those shelters connect to the subway system.
You have no idea what's going on here, do you?
Jesus.
We just need to try everything like...
Dude.
Why us?
This is creeping me out.
Maybe there's a reason we're all here.
They're filming us?
There's another room.
We're all going to die in here, aren't we?
What if the wall is a code? A code for what?
Get down!
The wall's just here to protect us. It's not going to let us out.
I needed you back then!
You want to get out of here?
Oh, this comes out today. That's why they were promoting it, Bisha.
Oh, nice.
That kind of creeps me the fuck out.
Yeah, because, like, yeah, I get symbolism and stuff, but, like, dude, if I woke up and stuck in an apartment and we can't get out and, like, freaky, dude. Freaky. Who is that blue-haired chick, though? She had almost like a Zoe Kravitz.
I think I've seen her in one of the Hellboy reboot that failed. I'm not really sure. She might be a Brit. But Shah, this looks like a cool concept. I'm curious to see what it is.
Yeah, it looks decent, but I don't know. It's not really moving me. It reminds me of that other Netflix movie, The Platform. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was a big deal. That movie wasn't that the prison?
Yeah, where they have different levels and they have to
and the food gets thrown down based on where you are.
This looks like a mix of The Platform mixed with The Cube. The Cube is kind of similar to this, where it's like strangers stuck in the same place trying to find a way out. It looks decent. You know, I have Netflix. I'll probably check it out.
Yeah, Bisha, can you just pull up what this concept is? Because the cast looks like it's a foreign cast. I don't know if this is supposed to be the States. I'm just a little curious as to who that girl with the braids is too. I know I've seen her in other things. Somebody thinks she might be from Euphoria.
Her name is Salber Lee Williams.
She can't be American.
Probably not. The only thing I'm seeing from IMDb is that a couple whose apartment building is suddenly surrounded by a mysterious brick wall must work with their neighbors to find a way out. That's pretty much it.
Okay. I wonder, Utopia? Oh, that sounds like a movie called Utopia. Is she from a show called Utopia? I'm just curious. The girl no one looks familiar but that girl to me.
Yeah, let me see. Where was it?
I'm just curious. Yeah, Bisha, I would check this out. I want to know what that is. Or if it's even really there. Like, I don't know. Maybe they're like just all crazy.
It's probably some sort of relationship allegory. She said something. She screamed out like you were supposed to be there as he's like exiting.
Yeah.
So
maybe these were all people who were supposed to break up, and it's like I'm just curious.
Stuck in toxic relationships and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think it looks interesting. But yeah, it's already available on Netflix. If anybody sees it, let us know. I might check it out this weekend. But there is a movie called Push Bisho. This is a horror film, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Yes, it's about a home invasion and a pregnant woman. So let me find the link because I don't have it. I think you're the one who sent that over. So
yes, I did. I did. Yeah, I watched that. I think the other day. That might be a Shudder thing coming on.
Yeah, which means it's going to be blocked. So,
if in fact it is the Shudder, it might not be a Shudder thing. I just feel like Shudder is putting everything out these days. Oh, it's a German film.
Out for a couple weeks.
Oh, I wonder if that movie's dubbed. That movie. Curious, because that guy looked very German to me. He looked very Eastern Bloc.
Wait, the last one we just watched, or this one?
No, the last one. I think it is. It didn't look like a U.S. movie. This doesn't look. This is not. This is a Shudder exclusive, by the way.
Okay. All right, you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
It's remarkable being in labor under those circumstances.
Ooh, cool place. Yours?
Trying to sell it. My boss says it's unsellable. Been on the market for years.
14, and what is that?
Okay. I guess people think it's cursed.
Oh boy. Boy behind the door. I've heard of this.
What's the deal with the owners?
I don't know all the details, but I was told they were murdered.
Hi-oh!
It's like they're still here.
Ooh, maximum terror.
Fuck.
I don't know. It was.
Look at this.
Showed up today.
How did you know no one showed up today?
Oh, Jesus.
I know this place better than you.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
You're having a rough day, huh?
Ooh. Shah, I dig this. It looks like it's got some pretty goddamn good reviews.
I don't know, dude. I don't want to be negative Nancy tonight, man, but I'm not feeling any of the trailers so far.
What are you talking
This
about?
looks
Descendant,
decent,
you were
but it's
over the
nothing.
moon about Descendant.
Yeah, this isn't. I don't know, man. I mean, I like some home invasion films, but it's not really my favorite like subgenre of horror. This is something I would check out, though. You know what I mean? It's not something like I would go out of my way to check out on the first day, but I do have Shudder, so once I see it up there, is it out already? Or
I'm not sure, Bisho. Can we look it up and see if when it's coming out on Shudder? Shudder's dropping tons of movies.
Yeah, Shudder's fucking.
I
They're
gotta
on
pick my
fire
Shudder
lately.
subscription back up, dude.
You need it, dude. It's only with the hacks. It's like $8.63. I mean, like it's really nothing.
All right, so let's see when it comes out.
And they're adding a lot of old shit too to Shudder, which is cool. By the way, somebody put in the chat earlier, every season of South Park is now on HBO Max. By the way,
Oh, I gotta check that out then.
yeah, there might be some missing episodes. They said, but every season, 26 seasons, yo.
Yeah.
Jeez, that means this is gonna be shot the 27th South Park season.
John, do you know if Shudder has that Frankie Frico movie? It's that
Yeah.
Steven Costain.
Yeah. Yeah,
It has it.
Yeah, I'm almost
I
positive.
just watched that recently, dude. I was kind of let down by it. Not
Was it
gonna
like the
lie.
Garbage Pail Kids movie?
It is. After Psycho Goreman, I was expecting a lot, and I was
I know,
like,
what
oh,
a
this is
disappointment. Like Psycho Goreman was just lightning in a bottle. Like it's never happening again.
And he did The Void, so he's done like.
I
two
know,
completely
that's the
different types
thing.
of
Like the
film.
two completely different
Yeah.
movies. That's like doing The Godfather and like, the Garbage Pail Kids movie. Like
Right.
it's just like it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Bisho,
This movie comes out tomorrow.
Oh
Actually.
fuck, yo.
Yeah.
Look at this shit. I'm home all weekend. I gotta watch the dog. Everybody's got
Well,
life but
the
me.
Brick is out today, and Push will be out tomorrow.
Yeah, we got Descendant, I think is coming to theaters though, Sean. Unfortunately, that Benson and Moorhead movie. I don't
That
know.
one looks good though. I would check that out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That trailer is like out of the
Actually, I forgot. Yeah, that's a banger. I'm
That
not
is an
thinking
absolute
That
banger,
one is a
for
banger.
sure.
Rest were
All right,
trash.
B show. So that comes out tomorrow for Shudder.
Yes, it does. July
Okay.
11th. I thought it looked cool. A different kind of like we've seen home invasion movies, we've seen horror movies with ghosties and shit in them, but not one where she's dropping her fucking placenta on the floor. It's interesting. Adds another layer
That's
of
an added layer
trauma.
for sure. I was just gonna say it's an added layer right there. Anyway, this is okay. We're gonna have to back up, go backwards to go forwards. In comic lore, we have Conan the Barbarian. Everyone knows Conan. That's transformed from Schwarzenegger and launched his career. They tried to reboot it with Jason Momoa. Didn't work out. Should have worked out. But there's always been a female equivalent called Red Sonja. Red Sonja is literally the female equivalent of Conan. They interact. They've been in the comic books together. She's had her own comics. She's been in Marvel recently. And in the 80s, they made a movie version with then girlfriend of Sylvester Stallone, Brigitte Nielsen, who shot, at the very least, looked like was a big fucking scary looking broad.
No, she was terrifying in that movie.
Yeah.
Wasn't Arnold was in that too, wasn't he?
Arnold did do that movie
Yeah, he did
because
a cameo in there.
Yeah, he did a
He had a
cameo
part
as
in that.
Conan. So I had no idea this was happening, but many years later, I forget the comic book print brought her back, and it was very sexy, and she just looks great in the comics. They just made a fucking feature movie, unbeknownst to most people, and they just put the trailer out yesterday. I have not seen this trailer. I don't know who plays the character. We're gonna check it out now, and it's Red Sonja.
Sonja. The earth is
A little volume on this beat.
And grant me the power to find those who did this.
Is that any better?
Nah. I hear metal.
To see my people again is all I dreamed of.
Who is this girl?
That was very Jerry Seinfeld. Who is this girl? Damn.
He wants us to fight, or we both die.
This girl doesn't look very muscular.
I was gonna say she's not jacked, but she looks good.
Someone has to make a stand. Nothing but death awaits us. I will do what damage I can.
You know what, Red? You are quite the woman. You think that your gods can stop me from conquering the world beyond?
Or it won't just be the Achaeans who suffer. It will be every tribe, every people who defy him.
Nice. That's cool looking.
Triple Lindy.
Tilda Lutz.
You and all of your
I know that.
That guy looks familiar.
I am the future.
It's now or never.
Do you choose death?
Never.
Oh, the CG looks terrible.
Yep.
Oh, this looks terrible. Oh,
maybe that's why you hadn't heard of it.
These.
And that protects.
Nothing. The crowd will love it.
Okay, that's the original Red Sonja costume. Bisho, can we just pull up who made this and why is this look so... Shah, like it didn't look terrible, but then the monster came on.
Yeah, I mean, I like the OG. I still would prefer to watch this over Superman, though. I'll be honest with you.
Oh my God.
All day over Superman. The CGI looked like dog shit.
Dog shit.
And it looks like the companies that are associated with it, it's not like big companies. So this probably
Well,
why
Samuel Golden and, you know, I mean, Marvel has the print property for her. Bisho, who is this Matilda Lutz? She's good looking, but that CGI was dog shit.
I know that name from somewhere. Oh, Revenge.
Oh, shit. Shah, she's the girl from Revenge.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a banger, too. For people that haven't seen Revenge, dude, please check
Yeah, you've been
that
talking about that for a while. And Magpie, I've heard of, too.
Wait, you haven't seen it?
No.
What the
My brother
fuck?
Mike swears by
Dude.
Revenge.
I've never watched fucking Revenge, man.
I think it's
so
on
good.
Shudder. Magpie is a big deal movie too, if I'm not mistaken.
You know what, man? I'll tell you what. I didn't think it was an issue until I thought about it for a second. There's a couple of scenes where she looked pretty good. I mean, she's a very, very attractive woman. Don't get me wrong.
She's in shape, but she's not Amazon. She's not like.
Look, dude. There's like 1,000 Instagram fitness girls who look like 10 times more jacked than that. So if you're gonna have like the female version of Thor or He-Man or whatever, you gotta fucking bring it. Sorry, but looks great. I'm not gonna knock it.
She's Italian.
It just looks very goofy, campy.
Yeah, it looks like an old sci-fi movie, guys. That's
yes, and not like science fiction genre, like Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, she's good looking. She is got a great look, though. My God, she
is.
looks like 8 different ethnicities to me. Sorry, right, Shah? Like you would never know. Like you could hear this girl's 8 different things and you'd believe it. Like you just like, yeah, okay.
No, for sure. It's like it's kind of like me. I could lie and say I'm Hispanic. I could say I'm Puerto Rican, Cuban, Mexican, Persian. I could even probably say I'm from Israel. I could say anything. I'll probably get away from anything.
Yeah, but she's Italian, bro. Look at that. Wow. Well, I will be skipping that. The guy in it though looked very familiar, like he's from a big thing, like something big. I might be conflating him with somebody else, like the King guy. I don't know.
Let's see.
Slave Cheeks is like Angie Everhart could have been right. Yeah, but Bisho said there's a gajillion fitness girls that they could have cast. To a cock diesel on the far end. What is that guy's name? The far end.
Robert Sheehan.
That's the guy. I think. Let me see. Yeah, he's from something.
Umbrella Academy?
The Umbrella Academy. Oh, yeah. He's Klaus from the Umbrella Academy. Wow. Look at that. All right. Maybe I'll check that out. I might check it out just for the comic lore, but I'm not going to go out of my way for it.
It's like a 2025 version of like Flash Gordon.
That CG shot looked rough.
Like what it reminds me of.
Looked rough when she's.
You ever see Flash Gordon?
Yeah. Love Flash Gordon.
It was trashy.
So it's from 1981.
Like Barbella. You ever see Barbella?
Barbarella. They're remaking it with Sydney. They're remaking it with Sydney Sweeney.
Jesus.
They're remaking it with Sydney fucking
I'll watch
Sweeney.
that, dude.
Nobody's
Sweeney.
not. All right, listen. We're gonna. Somebody just said Rams fans said Lindsay Lohan could have buffed up for the role.
Maybe
that could have worked.
Dude, I just watched The Canyons. You ever see that? With Lindsay Lohan?
I know the book from Bret Easton Ellis. Yeah, and the porn star.
I didn't know she had like a 4-way in there with tits all out and everything. I had no idea.
Yeah. And now she's in Freakier Friday.
Caught me off guard. I was not expecting to see her nipples in the movie.
She's cute. She's cute. Always a cute girl. Just couldn't get her shit together. Always attractive. Speaking of always attractive, we have an attractive Patreon show to get to. So please consider going to patreon.com/spitballmedia. $5 a month will get you in the door there. We're going to do a special mid-year report show tomorrow night. There's going to be booze and other things involved. That's a can't miss. Sign up for the Patreon just to hear what you've been missing. And then, of course, we're going to have a blowout Q&A for next month that we're holding over, and we're going to do another Patreon show on top of that. And of course, we do our weekly extra show, mini show every week. We got a great topic. You're not going to want to miss it. Patreon.com/spitballmedia, $5 a month. Want to thank you guys for hanging out. We'll throw some quick plugs out there, like our friend Rich Dow's podcast is X's and O's, the Drew Yari Experience. We got the Wrestling Soup, the Don Tony. We got the Necromaniacs podcast. I think they just did 28 years later. And of course, we want to talk about our friends over at the Bayou Geeks. And a shout out to everybody chilling with us this week. We'll be back next week, regular time. We got a great show planned for tomorrow night. Hope you guys have a nice, safe weekend. We'll see you next week.